And what we're going to do is that one problem took a great deal of time. And that's all I really, to be honest with you, that's all I had planned for today. That's all I had planned. I don't have anything else to work on. So a lot of times what I like to do is just talk about what I'm passionate about, which is student performance. Student performance. By the way, I mentioned earlier, I've got a YouTube channel, Dominate Math, where this show and every show that I've put on, I upload to my YouTube channel called Dominate Math, one word. Dominate Math, my YouTube channel. And what you can do is you can go online, pop in the video, you can study it, you can practice, and not to do any advertising, but online there are just an incredible number of tools for me, for teachers out there to study and to be constantly growing and constantly learning. I'm finding as a teacher at Providence St. Mel School, I'm always learning, and I love it. I love to learn, and learning, it makes me a better teacher. Learning and having to grow and be challenged and be confused sometimes, and to have to replay something and have to hear someone say it again, it's making me a better teacher. Because it's giving me patience. This person who is making this video, they're being patient with me, and how dare me not be patient with my student when here I am listening to someone over and over again, 10, 15, 20 times say the same thing, and they're patient with me, and so clearly I can be patient with my student. Teachers learning, and I'm hopefully sharing something with you that you already know. Continual learning is making me a better teacher, and it feels real good. It feels real good to make a difference with young people, helping them have productive, successful lives. So we still have about 10 minutes to go. I'm just going to begin talking about what I'm super, super passionate about. That's just high student performance. Providence St. Mel is self-proclaimed hard work school. We ask students to work hard. We ask students to put forth their best effort. Mr. Adams, he used to be the president. He's no longer the president. He's I believe his title is executive chairman. But he says we ought to teach our students about this 4x40 plan. He says teach your students about the 4x40 plan. And what he says is the 4x40 plan is a plan where, I believe he said this, you work very hard for 4 years. You work as hard as you can, high school students. You work as hard as you can for 4 years so that you have options 40 years after that. Calls it the 4x40 plan. You work as hard as you can. You sacrifice your time, effort, energy for those 4 years. And now, for the 40 years after that, you're going to have options. Those college students out there, you say, hey, I'm not in high school anymore. Okay, you college freshman, you college sophomore, you can participate in a 4x40 plan as well. You work as hard as you can for 4 years, and believe me, with this education, this idea of education, it's not an instant result. It's not an instant response. You're not gratified instantly in this education business. Our students, they had to listen to us for that freshman, sophomore, and junior year. They had to listen to us. They had to some degree, have faith in what we were saying. But many of them did. And what happened? Well, what happened is we had the commencement ceremony. It was the early part of this month, early part of June, and millions of dollars were disseminated to our students in the form of scholarships. To me, a scholarship is this is the way I think about it. Some people may not think about it this way, but to me, a scholarship where you give a child, let's say, a full ride scholarship, that to me, it makes them instantly rich. That's the way I look at it. Because the way I see it is, if you have this student who listened to us they believed in this 4x40 plan. They worked very hard for 4 years, and now there are benefits 4 years later that they would not have had otherwise. Now what happens is, instead of going into somebody's pocket or having to get a loan for 40, 50, 60, 70, college tuitions are astronomical now. Instead of having to go into your pocket for that money, now what happens is you are now rich. You are now rich. Well, all that tuition is paid for. All the books, all the miscellaneous fees, all that is paid for, because a student, multiple students I might add, multiple students were blessed with full ride scholarships, full rides, everything paid for, having to pay for nothing. We have students who were blessed in that way. And that's what this school, Providence St. Mel, is about. We are about attempting to set our students up to perform at the absolute highest level of scholarship. And this is what it's a hard work school. We talk about that 4x40 plan, and we're just trying to get our students to perform at the highest level. Our students are going to schools all across the country, from Ivy League schools. A lot of our schools go to, a lot of our students go to schools like Washington University, University of Chicago, Notre Dame, all over the country. Our students attend these schools, and not only do they attend the schools, they perform very, very well. College graduation rate is, don't quote me on it, but it's somewhere in the area of 50%. 50%, which anyone who's in education knows that that's far, it's above the national average. So I don't have much more to say. If you have any comments or questions about your child, call in the number 312-738-1060. I'm about students performing at the highest level in math. One of the things that I've talked about in the past in the area of math, that parents of younger children, if you want your child to dominate, the number one thing, if you look on my YouTube channel, I talk about this under the video where it said Math Made Simple. Please, parents, drill your children in their timetables. Ask your son or daughter around that second or third grade. Around the second or third grade, our children need to begin not just learning, but dominating their timetables. You might say, second or third grade, they learn a lot of other things at that level. They learn how to, all this music, they're learning, if you put a demand on the child, son, daughter, sit down here and learn what 1 times 2 is. What's 1 times 3? What's 1 times 4? You start with the ones. You graduate to twos. Our children will learn whatever we teach them. Whatever we teach them. It doesn't matter. I don't even, a lot of times when working with my students, sometimes I'll tell them, hey, this is college material. But sometimes I won't even tell them. I'll just say, hey, sit down and learn this. And there's a relationship that I've established with the students prior to this, where they know that I've got their best interest. There's a connection where they listen to me, I listen to them. There's no foolishness in the classroom. It's understood that we're about business, and they learn whatever I teach them, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All that said, parents, teach your children at that second, third grade level. Teach them their timetables. It's the absolute backbone of all of the major concepts that they will learn. There are some fundamental ideas. One of those fundamental things that cause children to find math challenging is they don't learn their timetables. Watch your children as they're doing their homework. If they pull out that calculator quick, they might have challenges with their timetables. If they're quick to pull out the calculator, they might have some challenges with their timetables. If, as you watch your children, they're doing their homework, if you see them using their fingers, you see them doing this, you see them not using their mind necessarily, but using their fingers, they might have challenges with their timetables. Okay, so we only have about 30 seconds left. That's all we have time for. For those of you who are watching, I really, really thank you for watching. We're on normally every